Hello and welcome to the next video of my Build the DeLorean vlog. I hope that you enjoyed part 1 and now we're looking at what comes in part 2 and in part 3, as you can see here. It is a little earlier than I thought it would be because the parts came through the post quickly. Thank you very much, Eagle Moss, for that. They also came through with another thing that Eagle Moss is doing, which is a movie Marvel collection figurine thing. It came with a free magazine, came with it, along with some bump in how to order. If Marvel is your thing, if you love the MCU and you love everything Marvel, that is the thing for you. But for now, we're going to focus on this fantastic DeLorean model and have a look at what comes in issue 2 and issue 3. Okay, just before I get started, I just want to talk about the giveaway. I won't be announcing the winners in this video, purely because at the time of filming this, the first video hasn't made it on its way to YouTube yet. So I don't know who has entered. I don't know the answer. I don't know if anyone has won. I don't know if anyone's got it correct. So I just don't know. That is why I'm not announcing the winner. I've also amended it slightly. Instead of getting the first issue of the real run, which I cannot find anywhere anymore, it's completely sold out in all my local newsagents, I will be throwing in issue 3 of the trial. Worth $8.99. It means you get more money for your win, and you do get this extra trial piece as well. And like I said last video, the trials are a really good way of working out for yourself whether it's the build you want to do, whether you feel like you're able to do it. I'm sure you are, because it is screw by the numbers basically. It is just a really good way of kicking off the build. This is the trial version here. It is slightly different to the real version of issue 3 because of this pipe here, which caused me loads of issues in my trial videos. This is the real run issue 3 here, and as you can see, that pipe is missing, thank goodness. Means I don't have to worry about that in this video. But yeah, apart from that, there isn't that much difference at the moment. So you will be getting this as well as the trial issue 1 and the trial issue 2. Just to remind you of the question again, here it is. In the opening scene of Back to the Future, what is seen that foreshadows an event later on in the movie? So with a chance of winning, put what you think the answer is in the comments down below, and issue 1, 2 and 3 of the trial could be yours. Okay, so looking at the parts that come with issue 2, we have the front wing of the DeLorean. Looking very nice here indeed. It's really got that brushed metal look, which I love. And of course, lots of holes to put lots of time circuits and trimmings on as well. Speaking of trimmings, we get these 2 parts here, which will be attached to that front wing in due course. And we also get the second of the rear lights. So it's the same thing as we've seen before. We get the frame there. We get this red light here, this red light here, the indicator and the reverse light, plus AP screws and BP screws. So the light is going to be the thing that I focus on first of all. So if I just bring in the part that we got in issue 1, you'll see that light is all installed, and it's a very simple case of attaching it again. Red light there, indicator there. Well, let's have a look. Where's the DMC logo? Just going to use the camera to have a look. It's there, so that way, like that. And then the indicator light like that. And again, you get that clip there, put it into this slot here, and it all falls apart again. Oh boy, right, okay, I'm gonna have to do this off camera again. Really sorry about that. Be right back. And here we have the lights all installed, looking very nice indeed. Sorry again for going off camera to put that screw in. I just wanted to make sure I got it right with minimal damage to the light. One thing I did notice is that it's got a nice little L engraved there on this side, and an R, if you can see it there, engraved on that side. So if you are a little confused about which side goes in which, I don't know why you would, because it is quite obvious, but it does give you that helpful guide there as well. Okay, so just to finish off the back of this DeLorean, we've got the out of time badge here, and this just clips in, there we go, like that. And just to make it extra secure, you just put two screws in these holes there and there. You need the AP screws for this. We just get 2 of them and we just screw them in like this. There we go, just like that, nice and tight in. I mean, it clips very nicely in as well, so yeah, don't have to worry too much about it coming out. And that is the license plate all installed like that. Very, very nice back piece. I did a comparison in the last video to the trial, so if you want to see a comparison, go back and have a little look at that. But that is the back plate. That is the back piece of the DeLorean all finished. Just before I move on, actually, there's only one thing that concerns me with this back part of the DeLorean. We get lots of lights here for the bulbs that are going to come for the reversing light one there, you know, and the indicator light there and stuff like that. But we don't really get much room, if I just zoom in a bit, for the lights that show up the license plate. I guess maybe a light will just shine in there and it will come through there. Maybe that's how it works, but there's no holes there, which you can see to put LEDs in. So I'm just kind of curious about what will happen with that. Time will tell, of course, and that is the joy of doing these part works. We don't know how everything's going to go together straight away. So we'll find out at a later date. Okay, so moving on then to the front wing of the DeLorean. Just I want to give another quick look at it. Looking very, very nice. Look at that brushed metal effect. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And it is metal as well, you know, not plastic. All these holes there at the back and all the holes at the front. Looking very nice. Nice big space for the wheel. And with issue 2 also come these pieces here. So a longer piece of black trim and then a slightly smaller piece of black trim. And they very simply just install like that. So 2 pegs, 2 holes, and make sure that the trim matches the wheel arch there. And the same for the small one, but I'll do that in just a second. And then you just get an AP screw and you just screw it in. Just like that. Let's do it very loosely for now. So that's 1 in. And then, oops. And then the second, screw it in like that, and then you do the exact same thing for the smaller piece of trim, which I cannot seem to find now, and that's because it was stuck to my hand. Okay, so the smaller trim again, it has this piece here, this little arch bit there, which pops on there like that, and of course because it's smaller, it's just the 1 screw hole. If I can push that in properly, to show you what I'm doing here a little bit closely. So you've got the big hole there, which will screw in the little hole there as like a placeholder hole. And the placeholder hole is actually giving me jip because it's not quite going in properly. No matter how hard I push it, that is not. Ah, there we go. Did you hear that click? I hope so. That means it's in place. And then we'll just get a screw here. Pop it in the back. If I can, and just screw it in place. And what I really, really like about this is they could have very easily just had these 2 trim parts just pop in with a tighter connector, and that's that. But no, the attention to detail and the quality of this model is such that we actually screw down the trim. How amazing is that? Now this part here is for some time circuit boards, and I guess these will be for the cables as well, but we don't get that in these issues. And again, if we just compare it to the front wing from the trial version, which is this one here, you'll see the trial had that very nice, oh, it's a bit dusty, and it's been a year since the trial version, so it's gathered a bit of dust, but you can still see it's got that brushed metal effect. In fact, it is, you know, the exact same metal. Obviously you get more holes on this part, and it actually goes down a little further, I think. Maybe not. No, it is very similar. The only difference really is you get this kind of makeshift part in place. I don't think that the actual piece will be like this. It'll be similar looking, obviously, but I think it might be a little bit more detail. At least I'm hoping there'll be a little bit more detail to it. So that is the comparison really. Not that much difference at all. And we'll be continuing with this front wing later on in the build. Okay, so moving on to the parts we get in issue 3, and we get a wheel. We get our first completed wheel of the DeLorean. Very, very looking forward to putting this together. So the first part, of course, is this tyre with Eagle GT and Goodyear written on it. It is rubber, as you can see, you've got a bit of give there Very, very nice quality material there. And apparently I heard that this tread is actually accurate to DeLorean as well. That is the amount of detail that they have gone to in this model. It is a very accurate tread. And if I just get the trial version here, you'll see that the tread is different. This is the trial, this is the actual, and it's actually got more grip, the actual one. So the thread is accurate. That is one thing that they did change from the trial. The other parts we get is the kind of connector for the wheel, the part where all of the other parts go together. We get the alloy wheel there, and it comes pre-installed with the air vent. So no more worry about air venting. Air venting. It already comes pre-installed. This isn't metal, this is plastic, but it's a very nice chrome plastic. And I better install it quickly because otherwise maybe parts will, maybe it isn't chromed. I don't know how this is made, but I'm going to get it all together quickly so that this part is protected, because I think that maybe some of the paintwork or the chrome work might chip. It probably won't, but I just don't want to take that risk. We also get more BP screws, which is what you'll need for the wheel assembly. And then we get this bolt here and this nut here to attach it as the final step. So the first thing you do is you get the tire and you get this part here. And this part has a rim on one side, which you can see here, and it's flat on the other side. And you just take it like this and just push it through the tire like that. Is there a way, is there a correct way that you push this in? Let me just have a quick look at the tire again. It looks the same both sides, actually. So yeah, it doesn't matter which side you push it in. You just give it a good push. So it's in nice and securely like that. And then you get the alloy, and you've got the holes there that match, the pegs there that match the holes there. And they just push in like so. Oh, it's actually a lot tighter than you think. Maybe I'm just not getting it in the correct place. Bear with me just a second. I know what I was doing wrong. I was trying to push it in to the rimmed part of this part here. You actually want it in the flat part, of course. It makes a lot more sense when you do it like that. There we go. So it just pushes into there like that. And just for extra security, we've got these 3 screws here. And there we have this piece with all the screws installed. Now they do seem a little loose when you're screwing them in, but oh, well, that one is, which just flew out. But these 2 are in securely. Don't worry about that. They are meant to feel a little loose. They do go in, apart from that one, which I'll put in a little later. And that is the wheel all finished. No, it's not. I lied. We just need to get, oh, actually that screw's just come out as well. Maybe they do need to, okay, you really do need to push on that piece here when you're screwing it in to make sure that these screws are secure. But I will tidy that up. Oh, that's it. That's it. They're all gone. They are all gone. So am I missing something here? Is there a reason why, I mean, screw holes are there. I'll worry about that at a later date. Okay, so just to get these parts out here, we've got this little bolty bit here that says DMC on it. And we've got this little nut there, which is just a little nut. Now, I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to lining things up, even though, you know, sometimes in these videos I haven't exactly lined things up correctly. I want the DMC facing the air pipe on the Goodyear and the Eagle GT. I want it facing this way up. So I'm going to go away and make sure that this is that way up. Put the screws back in securely, and when I've done all that, I'll be right back with you. And here we have the wheel all finished. I'll just show you the DMC logo the right way up. There we go. And it is slightly off. If you put the Goodyear center, it is slightly off, but it is good enough. I'm very happy with how that DMC plug came out. And also the screws are now properly in. I hadn't lined them up properly, so I was just screwing them into nothing. When it is lined up all properly, they do go in very, very tightly indeed. So you don't need to worry. They do go in very well. Very nice, secure wheel. And I know I've been doing comparisons throughout, but here is the trial version. Looking very similar. I'm not sure how much is like a year-old weathering and how much is new design. For me, the new one has slightly whiter text Same font though, looking very nice there. The main difference that this part was black, this part is metal. But yeah, still looking very, very nice indeed. So technically I've got 2 wheels of the DeLorean, both with different treads, but I'm not going to use this one obviously. So I'm just going to use this one, put that aside for next time, along with everything else that we have done in this video. So this is how the DeLorean looks at the end of issue 3. Lots of bitty parts, but all parts are very well made, very highly constructed. The quality is very high. What I mean by that, I'm loving that black back plate. I can't talk. That must mean that it's time for me to go. I really hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.